All right, Infinite Tarot 888. It's going to be for Libra. And I had to rush out here and do this. And the first thing that got my attention was this one. Look, you could have somebody that's looking at you, but they're covering their face and everything. Like they don't want you, they don't want to be seen. This could be a secret admirer. This could be somebody that could be spying on you, but they have their eyes on you, man or a woman. See, because it just flipped around over here. Look, it says moving. So they could be watching and spying, and they want to keep track of you. Your every moment. I heard thunder. Anyways, it says right here, you'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forwards are possible. Now, Libra, this could be somebody from your past. This could be somebody that's secretly hating on you. And I'm hearing Libra going like, tell me who, because for a lot of you guys, they're so attracted. They're attracted, be looking sexy and everything. If you're a female, if you're a man, they find you handsome, but there's something magical about you. Look, it's like maybe they're watching you. How do you create this magic? How? Because right now you have the power. Right now it says use your magic to attract what you want. The sky is the limit. So there could be somebody that's watching you moving on, and you're moving on like a stallion. Innovation. You could be creative and harmony. So this sounds like somebody from your past, and I don't know. This could be, if this is, oh, look at this, betrayed. They could have betrayed you for money. I'm moving forward with confidence. Look, chingada madre. And then when I was bringing everything here, look, the Ten of Swords. So this could be somebody, and they're watching you. They want to communicate with you, but they could be resisting. They could be holding on. Or for a lot of you guys, Libra, this could be you. You're taking action. You're moving. For some of you guys, you're about to start speaking your truth. I don't know why I just got that. Look, it could be about this betrayal. They could have left you out for dead. Strategically planning. Now, this could have been a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, and they could have been chilling. It's almost like they were water. I don't know why I just got. Because earlier it's almost like I got this feed, and it was a book of Audio Da or something like that. Something about. It's almost like I think it was Esau and Jacob, the brother, where he built, I don't know, but it had to do with betrayal, where people came in to attack them. And instead of like helping, because they were bloodkins, 333, as I said, that they were, it was like almost like a family and all that. They just sat there and watched, invade the whole village or, town. And for a lot of them, it had to do with greed. So you could experience something like this. They could have left you out in the cold when you least needed it. Look, this person don't have clothes or nothing. Now, if this happened in the past and you didn't seek revenge, for some of you guys, I'm hearing, because you could have went through a period of time. I'm channeling right now where you could have just had no way of speaking up. For some of you guys, this already happened, and you're about to. It's almost, see how you're being guided right there. All of these now, you're about to. It's almost like I'm hearing that the trumpets, justice, divine justice. Yes, it had to do with divine justice, and it's about to come through. And for a lot of you guys, you were dealing with people that were watching you like this, and they weren't expecting for you to survive. 444, as I say that, or to be free. For some of you guys, look, they wanted to do something bad to you. Maybe they were plotting to cut you up in pieces. And look, water sign. Maybe this could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, a Cancer. And it's almost like they got great joy in watching you be in this energy. Look, this person's right here. Just, wow, give me the popcorn. Can you give me un cóctel de camarón, seafood cocktail? But now they could be in this energy. Let's see. I'm going to just pick it up. Look, They see you rolling the dice. And for some of you guys, they could be rolling the dice to come in and do something to you, but you're divinely protected. See, you're moving wherever you need to go. God is giving you, and you don't look. That's what they're watching. For a lot of you guys, they want to see which way you're going, and you're taking your time. You're not on nobody's time. You're on divine time. That's what I'm hearing. Look, with your high priestess. Something tells me, because we got a lot of water signs. This is your intuition. You having a good time. There's something you're seeing when you were, looking at the 3 or the 2 of swords. But I mean the 2 of swords, 2 of wands. But something tells me this is a lot of water. This could have been a Pisces. Look, could have been dancing, watching you. It's almost they like that they were able to stop your progress. Look, they sat around and watched. They were content. If you separated, if this was your divine partner, like you were married, or if you were in a relationship long term, they said, or marriage, this person, they were happy. They wanted to stop you from moving anywhere, and they sat there. They were so content. Look, here you are, because they didn't want you. They wanted to spend your money. If this person, divorce you, the truth is about to come out. For a lot of you guys, you might have evidence. Look. This could have been an empress. This could have been a mother figure that was just, take his stuff, take that stuff. If you're a man or a woman, and this could have been your parents. It's almost like they allowed for this to happen, and it's about to come out. And for a lot of you guys, look, you're meant to. This is part of your purpose. Look, for a lot of you guys, look, even a father figure, this could be a parental figure. There was some kind of love in between. There was a love situation, but see how they're tied up right here? With the Page of Pentacles. For some of you guys, this person couldn't move. You see how the hand is here? Look. It's almost like, give it to me over here, like back here, give it to me this way. There was something going on right here, and they didn't. If you're the empress in this case, you could be the empress, and there was some kind of love, and it had to do with Page of Pentacles. There's 3 legs. I don't think there was a person dragging his pecker like that. It might be, but it could be. Who knows? But for some of you guys, it had to do with work. Look, and that's the fucking truth. So Libra, there's gonna be justice. What it look? Somebody came in quick. You weren't expecting this. You weren't expecting this. Even the horse is like, we can't do that. It's almost luck. Somebody came in like that. Oh, somebody wants to come in quick and heal it, because for some of you guys, you're in this position. Libra, you could have Earth in your chart, or this could be you, or there's somebody that's watching you, that's manifesting you. Look, as you heal. And they're watching you. Look, they're watching you. I'm gonna manifest you, because they want the 10 of Cups. So this could be Libra. For some of you guys, this could be communication coming in from a lover that they want to boss up. They want to be your emperor, your empress. For some of you guys, you could be divorcing one, because the foot they were tied. They weren't going nowhere. Where did I put them? Look. See? If this was a father figure, look. If this was your person, it's like, and they left you, man or woman. Look, see, the lovers was here. So let's say they left you. They thought the grass was greener, but there was, third party or situation. Depending, it could be man or woman, because energy is energy. It could be masculine energy, and look, they took from them, because look, they're getting bribes. So I don't know. For some of you guys, that's kind of what happened. But let's see. Let's do a confirmation, okay? But don't forget, you got a new start. You should be looking forward. And for a lot of you guys, this is part of your journey. Whatever you went through, I feel for some of you guys, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, anywhere your chart, you're meant to express. Because how do you say this? For some of you guys, if this particular person could have tried to ruin your reputation or something, let's see. Everything's gonna unfold. It's almost like, I tell you guys, don't seek revenge. Okay, you see how I wanted to fall off? You don't want to be stuck in that situation. Like at the moment, nobody's gonna pay attention to you. These people already told their story and they set you up, and they could have put a plot on you, and up and downs. You know, you could have been living at home up and downs. So it's just this person couldn't take accountability. I'm picking up on somebody or a group that couldn't take accountability. Yeah, with the this is your current situation. It is a means to an end. You are making a certain voyage to a new world. So it's almost like they wanted to stop you, but that's where you're heading. They didn't want you to go there. For some of you guys, it's almost like they wanted look strategic. They want to be strategic, but you saw how they were. There was a person that was chopped in pieces. Look, for the wealth, they wanted to make it work, but not with you. They wanted. Look, it was all about the money, man or woman. This person's about to be exposed, because for a lot of you guys, this particular person, whatever money you had with this person, again, look, money matters a lot now. If this person took from you, Libra, put it in the comments. If they took from you, whoever was involved, let's say they called the police on you. For some of you guys, this could be the investigators checking, and you might have told them, and they're like, no, and they could be investigating. Look, because for a lot of you guys, you've been on your mission. This is what they were stopping you from going towards. That's what I'm picking up. There's got to be a Libra, you know, that someone rising anywhere in your chart that you started to go, and maybe they didn't want you to go, so they could have plotted, and no, we're gonna keep them, look, from progressing, from moving forward, and they could have made it hell for you. And it's like, if you want to go, you better walk. You're not taking nothing. This person, they could have called the laws, you know, domestic violence, and you couldn't take nothing. And it was all planned out. That's why, look, with the strategic and on the table, oh, the tables are about to turn. You know, a lot of people try to do things under the, secrecy. For a lot of you guys, your own children probably heard them plotting and how they would talk shit. That's conspiracy. For a lot of you guys, that's conspiracy. Yes, look. And they wanted to keep you frozen. For some of you guys, they could have been doing freezer spells. Some of you guys, I didn't know none of this. And for some of you guys, you could have been in the same position. Like, what the hell is this jar? And you're about to find out. There could be a parent. This could be if you're married, a mother-in-law. The father-in-law was tied up. For some of you guys, it could have been your person or your parent that passed away. You're about to find out why. For some of you guys, you could have told your person. Maybe you received it when your gifts were opening up or something. I'm hearing. It could be your person's mom that did something. Maybe your parent also could have died, man or woman. Something's gonna come out, and it's almost gonna be the time frames are gonna match. This person could have did you dirty, but when you start to work with God, and maybe these people didn't believe you, they did believe you, but they were greedy. That's what I'm hearing. That's why I said something about the money right here. Look, it says money matters a lot now, and it has that. And if it ain't, it's about to. It says watch your expenses and save up for the future. You need to be prepared for unexpected, because look, strategically, God is about to what? Set a table in front of your enemies. Because look, illumination and outside forces. These people or your person, they could have been doing rituals. For some of you guys, you could have been, maybe almost went to the Looney Tunes, or look, saving face. And then look, taking steps. But the way I saw it, it's almost like you were stuck because there's shoes right there and you can't move forward. Where are you? For a lot of you guys, if they were doing magic on you, like I was picking up a lot these last couple of days, and man, yesterday or the day before, and it's almost like all of a sudden I started to get these videos because I had asked God, like, what happened? Because for some of you guys, you don't know. You were getting witchcraft from here, from there, from everywhere. Or was it just me? I don't know. But look, man, and it was all to take your energy of manifestation the way you did, or to keep you from moving forward. Look, with another person. Some of you guys could have been like, especially if look, the piano just started going harder right now. For some of you guys, they didn't want you to move on with another person, and you might have said, "I'll leave everything behind." It's almost like Eddie Murphy and coming back to America. That's how confident you were, man or woman, or your person. If there was a third party situation, look, you realize that all they wanted was money too. And it could have broke your heart. But God, the universe is telling you, your ancestors, go with the flow. It's okay. That person, if they showed you their true colors, keep it moving, baby. But it could have hurt anyways. Look, and the full moon again, and you could have just said, wow. Mm-hmm. And you're going to find a way to express yourself, or you're going to be very creative. I don't know, love story or something. This could have been a short term, it could have been fireworks and everything, but shit, still, it's going to be a good story. I don't know, I'm picking up on somebody that looks back and you're so grateful for the moments this person that God allowed to be in your life, with the flashback. I don't see Libra. For a lot of you guys, it's almost like, have you guys heard that Christopher something, Sailing, the song? Something reminded me of that. Sailing. Mm-hmm. Give and take. You could be a person that loves to give love, and all you want is for it to be balanced. You don't mind fucking hitting it if you're a man all the time. You could express the shit out of it. I'm just playing for some of you guys. Yeah, look, you're building a bridge. You're like, look, it's got to be equal. You come to my place, and then I'll go to your place, and then we'll go to our place, or we'll make it work. For some of you guys, you could be moving, having to move, and some of you guys could be not wanting to go because these people don't want you to move on. And for a lot of you guys, they don't have a say so. It's your destiny. If these people were doing magic on you, Libra, and you're finding out and you're speaking up on it, and if it's the other way around, the cross watcher watching, why would you want to do magic on a person that wants to be with somebody else? Why would you want to have somebody that doesn't love you right there? You know, if you're on the verge of wanting to bring back my vato or my bata, my chick or whatever, you want to manifest, think about it like this. What if you connected with God? And instead of seeking revenge, because for some of you fuckers, you want to do, shrink that pecker and let it not get up, let it be, and these the jumper cables, I don't want it to get up for nobody, not even for me, I'm hearing. So you could be in that energy so pissed off, man. You know how hard it is for us to get it, look at it from our perspective. I'm trying, guys. Yeah, for some of you guys, look, they want to cut the wiener up. Chiquito, and then you want to cut it. No, hombre. Some of you guys, it's just energetic cords. The universe is telling you, cut it out. Pull back your energy. Yes, these bitches want to, look, I just picked up. There's somebody that's loves the way you do things. Maybe they copy you, but you don't give a fuck. You want to fucking hit it or something, or they want you. Look, you want to give and take. Like, hey, come on. I don't know. This person could arouse you because it look perfect match. You could be sleeping on. This person could be dreaming they're fucking sleeping. If you're a girl, I mean, sleeping on their bolas. Oh, that's my world. This person could be manifesting you sexually or something. I don't know. Look. And if you're a man, or you're a woman, you remember the gesture. Give it, give it, give it, give it. I don't know. Somewhere get it. Unless he's like, kitty, kitty, something like that. Yes. Very innovation. You like, I've never had it like that before. And it made you like, let's be for real. A lot of you guys could have been in a particular, third party situation, and it made you feel alive. And you didn't do it to hurt somebody. You just fell into the trap. You were like, fuck, it just happened. But if it's on the other side, if it's us, the men, we're like, fuck that, vámonos. And then the ladies over here, like, it just happened, I just fell. Vatos are like, I don't know, and vámonos. You just want harmony. And for some of you guys, yeah, look, success is going to come. I don't see nobody else there. It's just you and God. So one could be out here going, yes, I busted a nut. Maybe it got up with the other person, not with you. And you got to understand sometimes we just got to move on. For some of you guys, if you're a lady, Libra, and this person left you thinking the grass was greener, it fucking was greener like a motherfucker, fucking tall ass weeds, but it still didn't get up. So you can laugh. Look, and make it work. What the hell? It was grass greener. But look, make it work. Come on. Unfold it. Let it, when is it going to blow up? Flexible. Guys, if you're listening to it and that happened, no te agüites. It's okay. Happens to the best of us. Look, for some of you, you could have saved you. The person could have had something, cochino. And you could be having a flashback and you hear that person really, got something. You're like, man, thank God it didn't get up. Yes, look, it was all divine timing, but you were mad. Look, people skills. Oh man, you could have blamed it on the pinchy smoke, Pineapple Express. I'm even sweating. Yeah, look, limitations. You could have said, it was the carne asada and the beans. But, making excuses. Look, trying to save your ass. You're like, fuck, it's because, I should have got the rhino or the blue pill. But it wasn't for you. That's what I'm hearing for some of you guys, okay? Just channeling. Look, arrested. Somebody could have got arrested. Look, night watcher with the full moon. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, this could be family. This could be an ex. This is somebody that they wanted you in jail. Look, hugging the block. Because you could be a hustler. I don't know. It says stalking the shit out of you. Yes, this person, look, they wanted you. They could have been accusing you, okay? That you were walking down the street selling nalga or pito. However, you could have said hot dogs and you really was selling hot dogs, but they thought it was the other one. But they're stalking you and they're arresting you like, shit, all I have is a hot dog, bitch. And for a lot of you guys, look, somebody could be stressed. Man, stressed and depressed. Why? Libra. That could be your person. Put it in the comments and hit the like button. If that's your person, you're like, yeah, I left him like that. He ain't never gonna get it like that. Never, ever. Probably never, because he's going to court, criminal court. He's like, fuck. He's gonna miss it because he's really like this. And I'm telling you, for some of you guys, you could have lost somebody. This could be a mother figure. They could have been bad influence, or this could be you. You could have been bad influence or your person, Emotionally available. Look, that's creepy. Huh? Ready to. You baby. So some of you guys, my condolence. If you lost somebody, they're a widow and there could be a fresh new mother. Some of you guys, I'm not gonna lie, for some of you guys, if they did you dirty and it reversed back, ooh, boy, look, bad influence. It could have been up to 3 people. Yeah. And it could have been like your person could have went and look, they were freaky as hell with 3 people. No manches. Because look, there was somebody peeping in the window. If these were friends, look, no fake. Look, and for some of you guys, they could be we're money making bitches. These 3 stooges right here. No, they're mad because you're not there no more. You were the lucky star. I'm hearing it could be something about music, or they could hide their emotions behind music. Injections could be anything here, but it could be injections when it comes to freaks. Something about childhood. This could be something. This could have been an addiction that somebody lost. Like maybe, look, they could have been addicted to sex, or they could have been addicted to hurting you in some way. Bad. What are we gonna close it up with? They want you to. Gotta get you a spirit animal. Look, I'm still sweating. I saw the dolphins. Some of you guys could be going to SeaWorld or be seeing dolphins. Some of you guys could be in the woods. You'll see some black bears, mama bears. You could be very protective. And it's almost like this journey, if you've had to, I'm hearing, if you've had to do this on your own, like you and God, and you're like very protected of Papa Bear, Mama Bear, however, it's almost like God took all that away, where if you used to protect siblings, or it's almost like God allowed you to open your eyes. These people weren't for you, but you always remember, this is something I gotta say, because one of my things, people that betray us, and when they're so close, like You weren't expecting to look back. You're like, fuck, we really? But it's asking you to be observant. What I'm saying is, don't build so much hatred. And it's hard to do. I'm not going to lie. I'm human too. But when you forgive for yourself. Forgive them too, but do it mostly for you so you can still manifest and move forward. If that person doesn't take accountability, don't worry if they're winning. God allows people to win. You know, he lets them rise, and then all of a sudden, and it hurts more. Because a lot of people, once God gives them a little bit, and I've seen it, I'm telling you, I've seen it since a young age. I've seen people in the street and legit shit. And when their heads get this big, you know, and I've fallen a couple of times, but it's very, very, you're going to be in this energy of mystic, or you're being asked to pull back your energy. Be a little cold. Just look, don't say nothing. Wait until, remember, you're going to have the moment where God is going to sound the trumpets. You're gonna know. Could be dealing with a Leo, or have Leo in your chart. And look, a bear and a Leo. It's the sun and the cold, like ice. How crazy! Look, infinite possibilities, bitch. You're a unicorn. Put it in the comments. It says you are the servant, or some shit like it says of the seen and the unseen world. The magic of love surrounds you, so you can be very loving. I'm talking to a Libra. It said freak. Nice and slow. It says, yeah. And listen to the spirit flight. Oh, it says surround yourself with beauty transformation. It says abandon the darkness, go beyond the ordinary, and become legendary. The mystic, it says, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversities. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. It says you carry the shaman within you. And as I was reading this, it was reminding me, look, the bears came out again. You have a guardian angel. But what's happening right now, Libra, if you guys are going through the spiritual awakening right now, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and you're going in circles, take breathing. Look on YouTube for breathing, how to breathe. Do yoga, relax. If you're in a stagnation phase right now, don't try to advance. Don't fight it. Connect. Go within and heal. God is giving you an opportunity. It's almost like time out, bitch. And it's almost like, look, be clever. Don't let people be running in their lane. If they're faster, slower, whatever. You're meant to be in your lane. Yes, look, regenerate. You go from a polar bear to a lion to a lizard. You know how to camouflage yourself. Look, mystic. There's something mysterious about you. And look, it's because you're about to rebirth. And you're holding back. You have this coldness towards it. But you're about to do magic. You're just magical. Why? Because you carry love. And you know what? Love conquers evil, baby. Put it in the comments. You're going to be fierce. Look, and you don't need nobody. You can look back and say, I'll be back, bitches. You know, you can be telling people. But a lot of you guys, what's killing these people, they're blinded. Why? Because God has you like this. You ain't worried about whatever you do. You ain't worried about it. God tells you, man, you take it easy, learn, study, practice. Because if you use your time wisely, this is what you're going to get. God don't like it just to be right there. Sometimes he does, man. Not all of you guys. And don't be looking at other people's journeys. Look, God is your protector. And you're getting wisdom. So whatever you do, don't try to seek revenge, okay? I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want because you could have a whole community coming towards you. And I always tell people, like, look, the more they come towards you, the more they want to take, the more they want to steal. When you're on a divine path, the more you're going to get blessed. And the Bible talks about it. Everybody, like, it talks about a thief. And especially when God is like, he said in the feeders, like if you're hunting, he's setting them. And just allow it to happen because it could be a trap. You're meant to what? Open new paths, new territories. I'm talking to a Libra. Look, you're very prosperous. A toad, you could be a dancing toad, Tejano or something, but they could call you El Sapo. Sapo. But greenery, your heart chakra just flourishes and you create miracles, and people might not believe you. I heard they judge a book by its cover, because you could be supernatural. Maybe you turn into a panther, dark. But yeah, for a lot of you guys, if they're like trying to spy in your place, if you could breathe in and out, and you could turn into an owl or a pinche raven, you're like, you're watching them. Mm-hmm. The elephant means a lot. Love is your strength, and love conquers evil. Put it in the comments, baby. Keeper of secrets. Mm-hmm. But there's a secret of how they ruin your reputation that is about to come out, and they're not gonna like it. Because for some of you guys, they could have ruined your reputation. But God said, wait, take it easy. 333 all across, eh? Go check that angel number. All right, one last card. 4. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Stress. Okay. This one, it says, couldn't. They told me I couldn't. That's why I did it. And people are about to find out. There was people that doubted you. And even with all the obstacles, even with all the lying, even with them turning people all against you, even for the fucking cowards that were against you too, you still did it. For a lot of you guys, your validation comes from God. They're realizing that. And they could have been mad. They could have been mad. This is the card I seen. Because you had the confidence to walk away. Yet they tell other people different stories. This person, they could have threw the cops on you because you threatened to divorce them. And who goes to jail for threatening to divorce somebody? Only somebody that plotted. Conspiracy. That's crazy. And it can make you angry, Libra. But give it to God. God knows. And look, God will expose that person. I don't want you to. They only said that because, dude, they were shady. For some of you guys, you got records where you were like, this person could have been manipulating your money, the business. Hell, you could have put that business in their name, man or woman. You could have came from a, business-orientated money. But I'm picking up on somebody, they were part of tearing up a whole legacy out of jealousy. And it could have been yours. It was probably your inheritance, but they're gonna get karma. Apart from, they could go to jail. Anyways, let's get the energy back up and give that shit to somebody else. That doesn't belong to us, eh? That energy. Vámonos. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment. Infinite Tarot 888.